gentlemen, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fadia Thompson. I'm calling in from the beautiful Orlando, Florida. I am actually one of your executive directors on the line hosting the call for you all this evening. I am so excited and fired up about the train that we are about to receive from our resident beast, is what I like to call none other than our national director going global, Mrs. Candace Byrd Davis. See, I was able to convince Mrs. Davis just to give me a little taste of what is it she's going to train us on this evening. So, of course, I'm here. I'm happy I'm able to ride in the passenger seat so I can take some notes as well. So I want to encourage you all to make sure that you have a pen and paper handy, because trust me, you don't want to miss this information. Matter of fact, last minute, if you can, go ahead and shoot a quick text message out to your team members, because you want to make sure that they're here so we can all earn more together. I want to commend you all for being on this call and plugging in to win, because, yes, it is a Monday. Yes, it is a holiday. I know that some of you probably are taking time away from your friends and family just to be on the call this evening. And I know we have some people on the line this evening that are not familiar with our guest speaker. So let me go ahead and tell you all just a little bit about her. Ladies and gentlemen, like many of you on the line, she started this business just by hearing an opportunity and taking a chance and saying yes. And ladies and gentlemen, her yes allowed her to do so many amazing things in such a short period of time, just because she took what she learned from our very own coach and mentor, Coach Stormy Wellington, and ran with it. This woman was able to retire her husband from a job where he was making $140,000 per year, ladies and gentlemen. She is able to stay at home full-time as a mom and wife. She has two beautiful sons, ladies and gentlemen. Again, she's like many of you on the line. She did not start this industry as an expert, and she definitely did not come into this movement as an expert as well. So, again, I'm excited not just for myself but for all of us, because the call that we are about to receive is none other coming from this resident beast. You saw her dominate. You saw her dominate our 100 Directors Challenge last week, where she was able to produce, seven personal directors as well as 3 executive directors within her organization. So trust me when I tell you, what you are about to hear, it works. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and get out the way, because I'll keep you on the line forever if you let me, and introduce to some and present to others none other than our national director, Mrs. Candace Byrd Davis. Mrs. Davis, are you on the line?
I am, Mrs. Thompson. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Awesome, and amazing. Thank you so much for that powerful introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, I am fired up and excited. I'm actually out here in my backyard pacing my deck just with pure excitement about the information that I'm going to share with you guys on the call tonight. As Ms. Thompson said, my name is Candace Byrd Davis, one of the national directors with Total Life Changes, and I can't express how much my fired up and excitement is doing to me right now. So I hope you all came to this call with a pen and notebook, because I promise you guys I'm going to drop some nuggets, or better yet, throw some boulders on tonight's call that's absolutely going to change your business and change your life. So as I said, I hope you have a pen and notebook. Matter of fact, have yourself a nice cup of Delgado, because we're going to get ready and get started with this action-packed call. For those of you guys who are new to this business or just new to this call in general, this call happens every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every week, every single week. We have a different leader training on different tips, tricks, techniques that can definitely explode your business. Now, before we get started on the training, guys, I just want to go over a few housekeeping things. I want to make sure you have your Facebook closed. I want to make sure that you have your cell phone on mute, silent, whatever it is. Don't answer a text message, because you don't want to miss a slight piece of information on tonight's call. First of all, I want to give you guys a couple little things. For those of you who are new to the call and are not aware of a few things, we have a text messaging service that will send you a notification of all of our important trainings, our events, calls that are going on. If you want to take part in that text message service, it's very simple, very easy. Write this down. You're going to text the word 1,000 families. So 1000 families. and you're going to text it to the number of 313131. Now, for those of you guys who are on the phone who are building an organization, make sure your team, those who want to get notifications of these calls, make sure you're plugging them into this as well. It's not fair that you're getting the information and not transferring it over to them either. So make sure you send it out to your team and let them know, hey, you can get updates on events, updates on calls, updates on trainings. All you have to do is text the word 1,000 families to 313131. And when something important is going to happen, Miss Wellington is going to send a text message out to everybody. Make sure you do that. Make sure you write that down on your notes. Another important thing, Miss Wellington can now be followed on Instagram by going to 1,000 families. That is the sole Instagram page that she is going to operate. So if you want to follow Miss Wellington on Instagram, please do so. Go to your Instagram page after this call, not during this call, and look for 1,000 families and click follow. You're going to get a lot of information and updates on TLC. You're going to see a lot of flyers that are going to be put out for events that are happening, calls that are going on. Also, when you see these flyers, ladies and gentlemen, we have a flyer that's out right now for Dallas. Yes, Dallas has a Super Saturday going on this weekend, Saturday, September the 12th from 11 a.m. Starting at 11 a.m., ladies and gentlemen, and I'm telling you, this Super Saturday is going to be action-packed. This Super Saturday is going to be with Mr. Irwin and Mrs. Twyler Portis, which is our executive ambassadors. Also, it's going to have Miss Stormy Wellington, the #1 female network marketer in the world. I'm fired up and excited because this event is going to have the newly promoted global director, Mr. Daryl Drake. Myself is going to be there along with Miss Andrea Blackley, national director, and the phenomenal national director, Miss Pam McCray. So that's happening this Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to encourage you guys. Anytime you see a flyer that is going on in this organization for an event, promote it. Promote it. You don't know who is on your page that has been watching you for a very, very long time, and they just want to get to a live event. They may not be in your city, but they're watching you. And that could be the event that they go to, and that could be the one person that can explode your business. Also, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I definitely want to give a huge, huge congratulations to the phenomenal and amazing 27-year-old Mr. Daryl Drake, my sponsor, my best friend, for hitting the rank of global director this past week, along with Mr. Randy Crosby for hitting the rank of global director. Absolutely amazing. There are some phenomenal ranks that are being hit in this organization, and I am in love with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, last week, we leaders started something called the 100 Directors Challenge. You know, we committed to working to create 100-plus directors per month as a unit. And let me tell you how powerful, and I mean powerful, this promotion has been. Because, you know, we're in the formulation stages right now. So this promotion has been so powerful, and I'm going to give an income disclosure real quick before we even kick into the massive training on retail to recruit. My income disclosure is this. Results are not typical, guys. The earning potential is based upon your work ethic. So let me just be a little transparent with you. If you guys are watching Coach Stormy on Periscope earlier, you heard her say that, you know, she got a call from somebody who said, hey, Coach, I got the biggest check in my organization that I've gotten since I've been in Total Life Changes. Not the biggest check, but the biggest check match. Ladies and gentlemen, that was me. That was me. I was fired up and excited because I got the biggest check match since being in Total Life Changes in 8 months. You know why? Because Coach Stormy trained us last week on looking into our organization, looking at the volume, see who's actually working in the business, grabbing a hold of them and working with them to get them to director. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm fired up and excited. As Ms. Wellington said, I actually popped 10 directors last week and 3 executive directors by focusing on this 100 Directors Challenge. Not focusing on me anymore, but focusing on my organization. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I got check matches. But again, income disclosure, my check match was over $3,000 this week just on check match. My checks used to be huge from, you know, Fast Start, stuff like that. But now I finally got a check match that was, like, amazing. You know why? My check match was amazing because my check is now a direct reflection to my team's production. I started focusing on helping people get to director. and getting a bigger check match on them. You heard Ms. Wellington talk about that the other day. It's very, very, very powerful, ladies and gentlemen, because, listen, here's how it goes. Think about this. If you have, let me just put it this way. The minimum amount that a director can make per week is about $100. If they're your personal sponsor, that person that you brought into business, that means you're getting a 50% check match. So that means if they made $100, you made $50. Now picture this. If you want to make $500 a week just off of check match, what does that tell you that you have to do? You have to go ahead and help 10 people get to director. You get a minimum of $50 per person. That's $500 a week. So what if you want to make $5,000 a week just on a check match? That means you just help 100 people get to the first rank of leadership in our company, and that's director. 100 people will pay you $5,000 a week just off of one way that we get paid, ladies and gentlemen. It's a lot easier than you think. A lot easier than you think. And as you heard me say earlier, guys, we are in the formulation stages. You know, you can create, I heard Coach Stormy say this earlier, you can create long-term cash, a long-term cash cow business if you just build it right. And that's what we're going to get ready and talk about is building the business right. And we're going to talk about it by getting customers. Getting customers. I'm watching Coach Stormy's Periscope today. For those of you who are not following her on Periscope, follow her. Follow Coach Stormy on Periscope because daily she's on there dropping nuggets. But listen, on her Periscope, she said this. Imagine your life without tea or NRG, Organo, or Chaga, or NutriBurst. Now, you see how you feel emotionally attached to your products. Can you imagine how your potential customer will feel once you introduce them to the product? Because when we build a business off of retail, our business is going to last longer. We have a vision. If we build our business off of attaining or acquiring customers, that's huge. Focus on the retail. Build your foundation of customers. Now, think about this. When I talk about building your foundation of customers, I'm going to throw you guys out a couple little things that my organization has been doing. A couple little tips, tricks, techniques. So I hope you're writing these down. Think about this. The gym. Yes, gym, G-Y-M, gym. LA Fitness, Gold Gym, World Gym. What would happen if you went to that gym and you said, hi, my name's Candace Byrd Davis. I'm with a company called Total Life Changes that offers all natural organic products. I would like to see if I could get permission to set up a table inside of the gym to allow people to try my products. Ladies and gentlemen, it happens. It works. I had a business partner call me today who sat up a table in LA Fitness today and made over $700 in retail in 3 hours. 3 hours. Think of another thing. Now, come on. With this business, we have to think outside of the box. I'm working with another one who is working on a fundraiser. Yes, I said fundraiser. I'm talking the PTO, the PTA. We are working on formulating an order form where she has the schools, the bands, the football committees selling products. I'm talking NutriBurst, tea, NRG, immune oil, soap, oils. What she's doing is creating a order form and giving them a brochure, allowing them to order for the 501c3. And here's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. What she is doing is splitting 50% split on the commission that she is getting. So not to confuse you, but just to give you an example, if you have a fundraiser and they are selling NutriBurst, that product is $45. You're getting paid $20 in commission off of it. With that $20 in commission, she's letting the school keep $10 and she keeps $10 for each NutriBurst that's being sold. Think outside of the box, ladies and gentlemen, because then here's what's happening. With each order form that comes in, you have their name, their phone number, their email, and what they ordered. You just got yourself a customer acquisition. Again, thinking further outside the box, Chinese auctions, vending events, local fairs, health fairs. So what you're doing, ladies and gentlemen, as you're doing this, you have to ensure that you're getting customer acquisition. So you might say, hey, Candace, what do you mean by customer acquisition? I mean when you sell a product or sample a product, what you are going to do is every product that leaves your hand and goes into their hand. I don't care if you met this person on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and they purchased it from you online. If it was face-to-face, beautiful. But what you need to do, ladies and gentlemen, it's very simple, very easy. Here's what I say to them. You know, I understand that you want to purchase my tea, and I think that's amazing. What's even better yet is that our company offers a 100% money-back guarantee. So with that being said, Ms. Fadia Thompson, I would like to get your name, email address, and phone number because I want to follow up with you just to check the satisfaction of our products. Is that okay? Get their name, email address, and phone number, ladies and gentlemen. You have just now acquired you a customer. So you might say, hey, Candace, once I acquire this customer, what do I do? Get their name, their email, and their phone number. It's very simple, very easy. And I say very simple, very easy. You guys are not going to believe how simple and easy this is. It's something called Retail to Recruit. So I know you guys have been on this call for probably about 15 minutes and wondering when I'm going to get to the Retail to Recruit, so let's go. You got your pen, you got your notebook. Here's how the Retail to Recruit works. This is the exact technique that I did. And now keep in mind, I was not a recruiter when I got into this business. But this exact technique is what I did, and it allowed me to recruit 29 people in 30 days doing this exact technique. So what you have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, as well, as Ms. Wellington says, do not turn a good customer into a bad distributor. If they're not interested in the business, that's fine. Keep them as a customer. But how you need to find out what they're interested in is by doing this. When that person acquires a product from you, I'm sorry, I'm breaking up. Fadia, can you let me know if you hear me because I'm getting text messages that I'm breaking up.
Mrs. Davis, I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Ms. Thompson. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so what's going to happen is this. You've got their name, you've got their email, you've got their phone number. So here's what happens. If I know Ms. Fadia Thompson purchased a product off of me today is Monday, and I know she purchased tea off of me. To do Retail to Recruit effectively, ladies and gentlemen, you need 4 tools. Write these down. The 4 tools that you need are a phone, a pen or a pencil, you need a little notebook, and you need a calendar. So what happens is if I met Miss Fadia Thompson in the street or I met her online and she purchased tea off of me, I use the same line, Miss Thompson, I'm so excited you decided to try our tea. What I'd like to do is I'd like to get your name, email address, and phone number because our company offers a 100% money-back guarantee. So I would like to follow up with you in a few days just to check the satisfaction of your product. Ms. Thompson gives me her information. If we're out on the street, I write it in my little notebook. When I get home, I transfer it into my calendar. But here's how I transfer it, ladies and gentlemen. She purchased my tea on Monday night. So as she purchased my tea, I'm asking her, now, Ms. Thompson, you have the tea in your hand. Are you going to be able to prepare this tea tonight? Yes, Candace, I'm going to make it tonight. Okay, do you have any questions about how to prepare it? Yes or no? If she has a question on how to prepare it, walk her through how to prepare it. Okay, great, Ms. Thompson. Just like I told you, we offer a 100% money-back guarantee. So is it okay if I follow up with you in a few days just to check the satisfaction of our product? Absolutely, Candace. So when I go home from working that day, offline marketing, I sit down at my desk, I open my calendar, and I know today is Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is 5 days. So Saturday, I put Miss Fadia Thompson's name in my calendar along with her phone number and her email. And I put R2R, Retail to Recruit, because I have so many different things in my calendar. I know that she's a Retail to Recruit person. And I automatically know that she purchased the product 5 days before. So Saturday comes, guess what I do? Candace Byrd Davis picks up the phone, and she calls Miss Fadia Thompson. And the call goes a little bit like this. Hey, Miss Thompson, it's Candace Byrd Davis. How are you? Did I catch you at a bad time? Okay, great. Listen, I just wanted to follow up with you. I know that you purchased the tea back on Monday, and I told you that within 5 days you're going to have some amazing results. So I was just calling to see how your results were. Fadia proceeds to tell me she lost 4.8 pounds in 5 days. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? On this follow-up call, I'm excited. Wow, Miss Thompson, you lost 4.8 pounds in 5 days. That's amazing. Listen, one of my business partners, Mr. Randy Crosby, he lost 7 pounds in 5 days. Another one of my business partners, Mr. Stu Large, lost 11 pounds in 5 days. I'm so excited, Ms. Thompson. Let me ask you a quick question. Do you know anybody else that we can help? I said we can help lose 5 pounds in 5 days and get healthier while doing it. And I get a little quiet. You know why I get quiet? Because I want Ms. Thompson to think about who else she knows. She knows all her girlfriends at the office. She knows the ladies at the church, a few ladies at the gym. They've actually been complimenting her on how nice she looks. And she says, you know what, Candace, I do. I have a couple ladies at work that do the 5 pound in 5 day challenge or the Biggest Loser challenge. I know some ladies in the church. There's a couple people in my kids', football league that I know that would love to try the product too. So I said, okay, great, Ms. Thompson. Let me ask you a question. Would you mind giving them my link so that they can go ahead and purchase the product as well, so that we can help them lose 5 pounds in 5 days? Ms. Thompson says, absolutely. As soon as I see them, I'll go ahead and give them your information. What I say to her next, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Wait, Ms. Thompson, before you do that, can I ask you a quick question? She says, sure. I say, because I value you as a loyal customer now, I just want to get your permission. When they go to my website and purchase their product, is it okay for me to keep the 50% commission, or do you want the 50% commission? That's all I say to her, and then I keep my mouth shut, because you know why? The first person to speak loses. So I keep my mouth shut to give Ms. Thompson time to think, because during her path of thinking, you know what's happening. She's thinking of all those names that she just threw out to me. And instantly in her head, she keeps hearing cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. She's thinking 50% commission. 50% commission for everyone. So she says, whoa, Candace, what do you mean 50% commission? And I say to her, Ms. Thompson, listen, will you have a few serious minutes, and I mean serious minutes, to talk about how people are making an extra $500 to $1,000 a week from home on this particular product that you just tried? Let me know. So right now I have to actually get on the phone with one of my business partners, somebody who's looking to join the business. His name is Santiago De La Rosa. He wants to join the business right now, but when you have a few minutes, you just let me know. Ms. Thompson says, hold on, wait, Candace, I have a few minutes right now. And I asked her, you have a few 10, 15 minutes right now, serious minutes to talk about how you can make some extra money. She says, yes, I do. I said, okay, great. I'm glad you said that, because you know what? We have a call starting in just a few minutes. If you have a few minutes to, learn about this business, I can call you in on a 3-way call right now. Ms. Thompson says, yes, absolutely. Call me in on that 3-way. I got a few minutes right now. I want to learn how you guys are making some money. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We have a call starting in just a few minutes. As soon as I dial this number and I click over, here's what Ms. Thompson hears.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the call. My name is Stormy Wellington, and I'm so excited to be your host and your speaker today.
I call her in on this phone number, 518-777-4062. Again, I'm going to repeat that number, 518-777-4062. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our pre-recorded call, but here's the thing. I did not tell Ms. Thompson it's a recorded call. She does not need to know that. And I told her we have a call starting in just a few minutes. It wasn't a lie. That call starts as soon as I dial that number and click over on 3-way. So what I do is I sit there and I listen to the call with her on 3-way. And as I'm listening to the call, I get out an application and I start filling it out. Sylvia Thompson, her phone number, her email. And I listen to the entire call with her. When the call is over, I click back over, so then it's just me and her on the line. And I say to her, Ms. Thompson, man, that was an amazing by Ms. Sammy Wellington. Let me ask you, what did you like best about what you heard? That's the winning question. What did you like best? I didn't ask her what she thought. I asked her, what did she like best? Ms. Thompson says, hey, Candace, I like the money. Guess what? Whatever Ms. Thompson likes, Candace Byrd Davis loves. Oh, Ms. Thompson, do you like the money? I love the money. I mean, this compensation plan has people, average people, like Ms. Pam McCrae A woman who's worked this industry for 20 years and never made a dime, finally coming over here and winning. You know, I watched her make six figures. I watched her make $250,000 in 6 months. So this compensation plan has people like Miss Nisha Clark, a single mom of 4 who just put 2 boys into college, working her business on a part-time basis with a full-time job, making $8,400 in 27 days. Ms. Thompson, while we were listening to the call, I started filling out your application. And I'm assuming because you're the type of woman that's just like me, you don't want to leave any money on the table. So I started filling out your application. I just have just a few more questions. But it's okay to assume that you're going to go ahead and invest in the $1,600 pack. Am I correct? Because that is the pack that Ms. Wellington was talking about. It pays you 15% on the binary. It's that beast pack. It's for that pack that somebody says, you know what, I've got to make money. I've got to do this. So is it fair in saying that that's the package that you want today? And ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly how I do the retail to recruit. Now, if that happens to not be the package that she wants, we go ahead and negotiate what's the highest investment you can afford. I don't ever, never, ever, ever, if they don't want the $1,600 package, they can't afford it, that's okay. I don't say, okay, well, the next package we have is $559. No, you just cut yourself short. Because what if she didn't have $1,600, but she had $1,000? Guess what? That $1,000 can buy a $559 package. It could buy a $379 package, and you could probably throw in another bottle of NutriBurst. Don't ever cut yourself short by jumping from a $1,600 pack down to a $559. If they don't want the beef package, your next question to them is, okay, I completely understand. That's a package that you could always upgrade to at a later time. But tonight, to lock your spot, what is the highest investment that your belief can afford? And I let it go at that. Whatever they can afford to invest, that's where I go ahead and find a package or a la carte, whatever I need to for them. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. Now, that is how I do the retail to recruit. Again, for those guys who want to know what is the recorded line that I dialed in on, that line is 518-777-4062. 518-777-4062. And again, it's fortune in the follow-up, ladies and gentlemen. You call a person. You ask them how good the product had worked for them. You go ahead and you co-sign. There's some other testimonies that you know happened. There's testimonies all over the place. Oh, my gosh, Ms. Thompson, I'm so excited you lost 4.8 pounds. You know, my business partner, Randy Crosby, lost this, and Sue Large lost that. Then you go ahead and ask them. You go in for the kill. Who else do you know that we can help lose 5 pounds in 5 days and get healthy? Don't make it about you. Who else can you? You're going to start thinking. And when you say that, because I value you as a customer, I value you as a customer. When they go to my website to make their purchase, is it okay for me to keep the 50% commission, or do you want it? And if they want it, ladies and gentlemen, that's when you said, hey, we have a cold start in just a few minutes. And you roll through that whole process. But that all starts with customer acquisition. Retail to recruit can be phenomenal. But who are you going to retail to recruit if you're not getting names and phone numbers to follow up on the sales that you've already made? Because if you want to build a strong business, it's going to come from retail first. So as you're retailing products, you've got to acquire customers. As you acquire customers, you've got to follow up. And here's what happens. When you're acquiring customers, those customers, once they've already purchased a product, they should already be added to your distributor list. It should already be added. When people are talking about building lists, oh, Candace, the getting started call so that we had to build 3 lists. Yes, it does. And for those of you who have yet to hear the getting started call, write this number down as well. It's 518-777-4064. It's going to give you the steps into getting started. It's also going to explain to you how to build a list. Because if you want to build your business big and you want to build it fast, it's going to start with you building a list first. And those customers that you have acquired can now be moved over to your distributor list. For those of you who have talked to me before, I always tell them, with your list, you're going to reduce, reuse, and recycle. You're going to reduce that list by marking names off. As they become customers, you mark them off the customer list. You're going to redo them by putting them on the distributor list, and you're just going to keep recycling. So now they've made it to your distributor list, and they're going to stay on that distributor list until you do the fortune and the follow-up, until you do the retail to recruit. So I hope that's making perfect sense to you guys. Again, I'm going to give those numbers to you real quick again. The recorded call is 518-777-4062. The getting started call is 518-777-4064. And guys, what I want to tell you is never, ever, ever tell that person that it is a recorded call. You let them know we have a call starting in just a few minutes. And dial in with them if you can. If not, let them dial in on their own. I've done it many a times where I told people, hey, listen, if you're serious about learning about this business, there's a call starting in just a few minutes. If you go ahead and dial in, once you listen to the call, I expect to hear back from you within an hour. If I don't hear back from you in an hour, I'm just going to assume that you're not interested, and I'm going to take your name off of my list of suitable candidates who want to earn 6 figures in 6 months. Do we understand? So then I put the ball back in their court. If you're serious, you'll call me back. So you can work it a couple different ways, but that is retail to recruit. When I told you guys, very simple, very easy, it all ends with, is it okay for me to make the 50% commission, or do you? Guess what? You just piqued their interest. Not only did you help them lose weight and you got them interested that way, and you started talking about the money, and that's only one way that they got paid. Now you really got them interested. So moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk home parties. I'm going to give you guys a little technique that I started using on one of my home parties that have been phenomenal. You know, with our home parties, you always talk about, reinvesting in your business, which is huge. Weekly, on a weekly basis, you should commit to reinvesting into your business between 10 and 25% of the money that you have made by putting it back into your business. And by putting it back into your business, what I mean by this is purchasing additional products. And the product is perfect for those of you who are having tea parties, transformation parties, living room parties. And with these living room parties, ladies and gentlemen, do not be afraid to sample products. Count your investment. If you're just doing 10% a week, count that 10% a week as investment into samples, whether it's on the street or in your living room. But what I highly recommend that you sample at the tea parties or the transformation parties, whatever we're calling them. Of course, you want to do the tea. I recommend the NRG, the Immune Oil. And ladies and gentlemen, what I've recently started introducing into my tea parties, my living room parties, is NutriBurst. Why? Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Carry your bottle of NutriBurst. It lasts for a couple parties. Keep it refrigerated until you go to the next party. But let the guests sample the NutriBurst. When I tell you with that 98% absorption rate, and it instantly hits their bloodstream, I've had people who have fallen in love with NutriBurst within 10 minutes of the presentation because they immediately noticed that immediate gratification. They immediately noticed it. Now, when I tell you to have products available and products for sale, it's because of this. Don't turn a good customer into a bad distributor. Some people who come to your parties and to your living room do not want to get into the business, but they love the product. So guess what? You have products there that they can buy off of you, and you just acquired a new customer. And after they've tried the product for a couple days, a couple weeks, they might sit there and think, you know what, I really should probably try to join this business. Sometimes people can't make a decision on the first impact. A lot of people, most people aren't like that. But also, what I started having my team implement is getting index cards. Very simple, very easy. You could buy them by packs of 200 for like 50 cents in Walmart. And if I know I got 20 people coming, on the front of the index card, I ask them to write their name, email, phone number. On the back of the index card, I already have these words written out. Question number 1. These are $1 million questions, guys. Question number 1. If you could change one thing about your health, what would it be? Right below that, question number 2. What else? So you may say, hey, Candace, why do you do this? I was talking to Miss Pam McCrae a couple days ago, telling her about the NutriBurst and telling her how I implemented this card. Here's what I do. I have them while they're waiting for the rest of the guests come, fill that little card out. I just acquired a customer. I got your name, email address, and phone number. And I already know ahead of time, if you could change one thing about your health, what would it be? And then what else? So if you decide you don't want to join the business, but as we're leaving and we're rounding up the tea party, I have all these cards. I can come back and I can say, hey, Miss Thompson, you know, I completely understand how you feel the business is not for you, but I definitely wanted to introduce you into a couple products. I don't know if you heard them during the presentation, but I was looking at your card, and you said if you could change one thing about your health, it would be your high blood pressure. Now, not making any medical claims, Miss Thompson, but have you heard about our product called Gano? And I reintroduced her to a product because she was honest and open about what she would like to change about herself before she even saw the product. So now I'm just going back to her and saying, well, on this card, you said you wanted to change your weight, that you wanted to lose about 30 pounds. Have you looked into our tea, or have you looked into our resolution? So before she walks out the door, I'm trying to gain her as a customer. I'm not letting her leave with anything. And then after I show her and tell her what these products will do to her in more detail, I have products there to sell to her so she can go home happy. So I hope that makes sense to you, ladies and gentlemen. Another two quick things I want to tap on before I let you go. I know we have a call starting at 10 o'clock, so I'm not going to keep you guys that much longer. But I was running into a couple things that I was training with my organization, and I was very particular on a system called the PS3 system, and that is the power of a three-way call. I have a lot of people who are requesting three-way calls, ladies and gentlemen, but what you have to keep in mind is this. Building an organization and requesting a three-way call, it starts with piquing somebody's interest. Who do you know that wants to lose 5 pounds in 5 days? That's piquing somebody's interest. Or even on the retail to recruit part, would you like to get the 50% commission or can I keep it? That's piquing somebody's interest, getting them interested. That's the P. The S is sharing something with them, sharing a call, a video, an opportunity call, a recorded call. Once they listen to that, ladies and gentlemen, the next step is the three-way call. So if they cannot be closed just by listening to the call and they have a couple more questions and they got to get some answers before they solidify the fact that TLC is right for them, then that is when a three-way call comes in. You all have to understand that we leaders are doing a lot of three-way calls. So your job is to make sure that you pique their interest and you shared something with them. We are not to get on the phone and explain the whole business to people. That's reinventing the wheel, ladies and gentlemen. That's why there's opportunity calls. That's why there's sizzle calls. That's why there's videos available. So when you're asking for a three-way call from somebody, make sure you've piqued their interest, you've shared something before you go into a three-way call. Another thing, ladies and gentlemen, VGOs, virtual grand openings are huge, huge. When I tell you that there were people last week who hit director just off a virtual grand opening. And what it requires is this, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind, as soon as you bring somebody into business, you are now in the beginning stages of becoming a leader. You are now growing an organization. So what you need to do is you need to get into an understanding of what that person who joins you in business is looking for. And just to give you a little tip, this is what I do. Because I get a lot of people who ask, hey, Candace, what do you do? When you join my organization, I give you a phone call. And I want to know, hey, Miss Thompson, it's Candace Byrd Davis. Just wanted to thank you for joining the organization. I just wanted to do a little fact-finding and get some information from you so I understand what your goals, dreams, and desires are with Total Life Changes. Did you have a few minutes? She has a few minutes. My first question to her is, Ms. Thompson, why did you join Total Life Changes? I want to know what she looks for. She's looking for extra income. She's looking for time freedom. I'm fact-finding. I want to know what she wants. The second question is, now that you've joined Total Life Changes, how much money do you want to make in your first week? How much money do you want to make in your first 30 days? How much money do you want to make in your first 90 days? So now I know what her financial goal is. So I know what we have to do to get her started. My third question is, when you start making that money, what do you want to do with it? So now I see her vision. Maybe she might want to build a house or buy a car or pay for college. Because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a time in this business But you're going to feel like you hit a brick wall and you're going to want to give up. But you want to be able to be that leader that gets to call that person and reach out to that person and say, hey, I thought you said, you started doing total life changes so you could leave a legacy for your kids. So start fact-finding with those so you know what they're looking for, you know what their goal is, and you know how to get them there. But on top of that, the final question to them is, if you were to have a virtual grand opening for your business, a grand opening for your business, which is a telephone call, would you be able to get 10 to 15 committed people on that call Tuesday night at 7 p.m.? If you can get 15 people, we could do a virtual grand opening. And I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, that virtual grand opening that we did for a couple people last week, 2 of them were able to hit director just off of their virtual grand opening. So as you're bringing people into the organization, find out if they could get 10 to 15 people on a call. If they can get 10 to 15 people on a call, you need to schedule a virtual grand opening for them. If they cannot, then you need to show them how to properly invite people to a 10 p.m. call. They happen every single night. Every single night. And wrapping it up, ladies and gentlemen, let's start being creative. You heard Ms. Wellington talk about the weekend fun packs. And when I talk about the weekend fun packs, I tell people to get very, very creative, not only with the Strike Up and Love, but what about some of our scented oils that are in the back office? What about some new oil? So have your little weekend fun pack. Another one that we could talk about creating that you could create for your customers. Myself and Ms. Thompson talked about this, a Fine by Fall pack. The Fine by Fall pack can be some tea, some NutriBurst, some resolution. What about the, sexy slim sipping kit? That's going to be the Delgado coffee. My sexy slim sipping kit is Delgado coffee, the tea, and the NutriBurst. It's everything liquid that helps them get healthy and lose weight. And then think about this, ladies and gentlemen. The holidays are coming. The holidays are coming. Start bundling up stuff. Everybody is looking for a quick gift for somebody. Start creating your little packages and making them cute and letting your customers know you have gift baskets available for Christmas. You have stocking stuffers available. Get very, very creative with this, ladies and gentlemen, because at the end of the day, our goal with this 100 Directors Challenge is to be able to help people build their organization, help them retail products, help them hit the 100 Directors Challenge, because guess what? When your personal person hits the 100 Directors Challenge and goes director, you just got yourself a check match. But on top of that, you help them open up the compensation plan so now they are able to get check matches. And you need to be the type of leader that your success is not determined by the size of your paycheck, but by the size of those in your organization. Does that make sense? Make sure you go in the back office and pre-order your Slim R. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Slim R is going to start shipping at the end of this month. That's our 3-in-1 thermogenic cream. That's going to help you with stretch marks. It's going to reduce you in inches. It's going to, melt your cellulite. I don't know about you, but I'm fired up and excited about it. I'll be honest with you. I got about 30-some bottles on pre-order. Yes, I'm fired up because I got a lot of people ready to buy it. And it's just like any of our other products. When it hits the market, it flies off the shelf. So make sure you pre-order yours tonight. Also, remember, all roads lead to Miami. Yes, if you were not able to make it to Atlanta, make sure you're in Miami. We have an amazing, huge event going on February 19th and 20th. You should be there. Not should be there. You better be there. And I say better because you don't know what these events can do to your organization and do to your business. As you heard Ms. Wellington say about Atlanta, if you weren't able to make it to Atlanta, that potentially could put your business back 6 months. So I want to encourage you. There are early bird tickets available. You can go ahead and purchase your early bird tickets. I believe they're $150. Block your spot for Miami. Make sure you're there February 19th and 20th. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, just rounding up on the housekeeping tips for those of you guys who are new on the call. Of course, you want to plug in to win. You hear us talk about that all the time. For those of you who are new to the call or those who do not have the call information, you want to make sure that this information is relayed to your organization, because if you're plugged in and they're not, what is the benefit? So I'm going to tell you guys, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m., we have amazing morning motivation calls by some of the top leaders in the Skin Tea team. I'm talking Miss Stormy Wellington, Miss Pam McCrae, Miss Shanita Foster, Miss Nicole S. Cooper. We've even had guest appearances by, Bishop Sheldon McCarter. To get on these 9 a.m. calls, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to dial the phone number of 605-562-3140. That is Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to ask you for a PIN number, 493824. I do hope you guys are taking notes of these numbers. Also, that is the same PIN and same phone number to our 10 p.m. opportunity call that is done every single night. Tonight, I will be doing the 10 p.m. call along with the amazing Miss LaQuanya Henderson. So that's going to start at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, that phone number is 562. I'm sorry, what is that phone number? 605-562-3140. PIN number 493824. Again, the training number. And ladies and gentlemen, these numbers should be saved on a notepad on your phone. You should have a reminder in your phone for the 8:30 training call every Monday. That should be a reminder in your phone so an alarm goes off, so you'll never forget. But again, the replay number for this line for tonight's training is 712-775-7089. The PIN number for the replay is 608661. Again, 608661. Also, we have a Saturday morning Goal Director training. And I believe that website is www.goaldirector.info. So that's a webinar training that is done by the leaders every single weekend, every single Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, one last time, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to follow Coach Stormy on Instagram at 1,000 Families. Also follow her on Periscope, which is Coach Stormy on Periscope. And then lastly, we have the Dallas flyer out, so go ahead and make sure you get that Dallas banner promoted. You never know who is on your team or who is on your page that lives in the Dallas area that is looking to get to a live event, join you in business, and that could potentially be the one person that you need to explode your business. So just remember, team, be consistent and persistent in growing your business. And in the words of my business partner, Mr. Rashi Booth, don't procrastinate on anything. The information that you've been given has now been laid in your lap and has been explained to you. If you decide to take it and run with it, it's on you. If you decide to procrastinate, like he always says, procrastination is just failure on a payment plan. So again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Candace Byrd Davis, your National Director with Total Life Changes. I look forward to seeing you guys on a 10 p.m. call tonight. Make sure you go ahead and send out a text message. You have about 45 minutes to call some people and invite them to the call. That call is going to happen at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The number is 605-562-3140. The PIN number at 10 p.m. is going to be 493824. So again, my friends, I look forward to seeing you at the top, and have a blessed night. Bye-bye.